Join me as I challenge myself to kickstart intermittent fasting using the 16/8 method for a whole week and see how it goes. The 16/8 method is one of the most popular forms of intermittent fasting, and for good reason. It's simple, easy to follow, and can be adapted to fit almost any lifestyle. This method involves fasting for 16 hours and eating within an 8-hour window, which can be as straightforward as skipping breakfast and only eating between noon and 8 p.m. Many people find that this schedule is easy to stick to, as it allows for a relatively normal eating pattern while still providing the benefits of fasting. Getting started with intermittent fasting can be tough, and one of the biggest challenges people face is hunger. When you're used to eating 3 meals a day, plus snacks, it can be hard to adjust to going without food for certain periods of time. Your body will likely protest at first, sending you hunger pangs and cranky moods, but this is usually just a temporary adjustment period. Your body will adapt, and you may even find that your hunger decreases over time as your insulin sensitivity improves. Scheduling can also be a challenge, especially if you have a busy or unpredictable lifestyle. If you work non-traditional hours, travel frequently, or have family obligations, it can be hard to stick to a consistent fasting schedule. You may need to get creative with your eating window, adjusting it to fit your needs and circumstances. For example, if you have an early morning meeting, you might need to eat a light breakfast before your fasting window begins, and then have a bigger meal after it ends. Another common challenge people face when starting intermittent fasting is social pressure. If your friends and family are used to eating with you at certain times, they may not understand or support your new fasting schedule. You may need to explain your reasons for fasting and set boundaries around your eating times. This can be tough, especially if you're used to being social and enjoying meals with others. However, many people find that the benefits of fasting are well worth the temporary discomfort or inconvenience. As you're getting started, it's also important to be mindful of your overall health and any underlying medical conditions. Certain health conditions, such as diabetes or low blood pressure, may require special consideration when fasting. It's always a good idea to talk to a healthcare professional before starting any new diet or fasting regimen, especially if you have any concerns or questions. The 16/8 method works by having you choose an 8-hour eating window, and then fasting for the remaining 16 hours of the day. This can be as simple as eating between noon and 8 p.m., and then fasting from 8 p.m. to noon the next day. You can adjust your eating window to fit your schedule and preferences, but it's generally recommended to include a balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Within your eating window, you can eat as much or as little as you want, but it's still important to make healthy choices and listen to your body's hunger and fullness cues. When choosing an eating window, consider your lifestyle and preferences. If you're not a morning person, you might prefer to eat between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. If you have a busy evening schedule, you might prefer to eat between noon and 8 p.m. The key is to find a schedule that works for you and that you can stick to in the long term. It's also a good idea to plan your meals in advance, making sure you have healthy options available during your eating window. This can help you avoid temptation and make the most of your fasting time. Meal planning is also important when following the 16/8 method. You'll want to make sure you're getting enough nutrients during your eating window, and that you're fueling your body for the fasting period ahead. This might involve cooking meals in advance, preparing healthy snacks, and making sure you have plenty of water on hand. It's also a good idea to listen to your body and adjust your meal plan as needed. If you find that you're feeling weak or lightheaded during your fasting period, you might need to adjust your electrolyte intake or add more protein to your diet. As you get into a rhythm with the 16/8 method, you might find that you have more energy, better digestion, and even weight loss. Many people have reported these benefits and more, and it's exciting to think about the potential positive impact on your overall health. Of course, everyone's experience is different, and it's always a good idea to talk to a healthcare professional before starting any new diet or fasting regimen. But for many people, the 16/8 method has been a game changer, providing a simple and sustainable way to improve their health and well-being. I'd like to share a personal success story with you, as I've been using the 16/8 method for a while now and have seen some amazing results. When I first started, I was skeptical. I thought I'd be hungry all the time, or that I'd struggle to adjust to the new schedule. But what I found was that my body adapted quickly, and I started to feel more energized and focused throughout the day. I also noticed that my digestion improved, and I was able to sleep more soundly at night. These benefits have been incredible, and I feel like I've finally found a way of eating that works for me. As I continued with the 16/8 method, I started to notice even more benefits. My skin was clearer, my hair was healthier, and I had more mental clarity and focus. I felt like I could tackle anything that came my way, and I had a sense of confidence and well-being that I'd never experienced before. Of course, everyone's experience is different, and it's always important to listen to your body and adjust your diet and fasting regimen as needed. But for me, the 16/8 method has been a total game changer, and I'm so grateful to have found it. One of the things that's been most surprising to me is how easy it's been to stick to the 16/8 method. I thought I'd struggle with hunger or cravings, but what I've found is that my body has adapted to the new schedule and I'm able to go without food for longer periods of time. I've also found that I'm more mindful of my eating, and I'm making healthier choices during my eating window. This has been a huge benefit, as I feel like I'm fueling my body with the nutrients it needs to thrive. I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried the 16/8 method, or any other form of intermittent fasting? What were your experiences, and what benefits or challenges did you encounter? I'm always looking for new tips and advice, and I'd love to hear about your journey. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro, I believe that intermittent fasting can be a powerful tool for improving your health and well-being. In summary, the 16/8 method of intermittent fasting is a simple and popular way to improve your health and well-being. By choosing an 8-hour eating window and fasting for the remaining 16 hours of the day, you can experience benefits such as increased energy, better digestion, and even weight loss. It's always important to listen to your body and adjust your diet and fasting regimen as needed, but for many people, the 16/8 method has been a game changer. If you've enjoyed this video and are interested in learning more about intermittent fasting, be sure to check out my other videos on the topic. I've got tons of tips and advice to share, from meal planning and scheduling to overcoming common challenges and staying motivated. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.